Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a story for you here today titled Entitled Wife Loses It When I Ask for a Prenup. Now she is begging to come back. Now, guys, anytime a man asks for a prenup and a woman loses her mind over it, it shows exactly why she was there in the first place. Okay, all of these tears that come out, or the anger and all of this nonsense, is really just code for she is there for the money. And guys, let me just say this as well. Okay, prenups are not ironclad things. They are challenged all of the time. They can be thrown out of court, and men can absolutely be screwed over regardless of whether or not they have one. Okay, which again further emphasizes the point that any woman who loses their mind over this is a complete psycho, and she is with you for the wrong reasons. But guys, before we jump into today's story, again, just a quick reminder, I have set up a second channel where I will be doing mostly daily TikTok reaction videos, again, just to dip my toes back into the fantastic platform that is TikTok and the modern women over there on it. So if that interests you, make sure you check out the link in the pinned comment to the second channel. I'm going to get my editor to throw up some sort of a graphic, showing you pointing downwards at the pinned comment. Make sure you go and check it out if you are interested. But let's jump into this story, because this is stupid. This is just absolutely stupid. A 36-year-old man shares the story of how his seemingly stable relationship crumbled the moment he asked his fiancée for a prenup. Most of these guys in these stories think that their relationships are solid, by the way, guys. And the reason why is because they have no reason to assume otherwise. Oftentimes when wives pull crap like this, or they cheat or leave you and try and take your things, it's premeditated, and that's why the dudes are kind of taken off guard. So let's jump into it. I'm a 36-year-old male. My ex-fiancée is 32. We were together for 5 years, and we had been engaged for 6 months when everything fell apart. I have built a solid life, run a small but successful business. I own my home outright and have a decent investment portfolio. I didn't come from money, but I worked hard and made sure that I was protected. Okay, so bingo, this woman thinks that she's hit the lottery, okay? The dude has invested wisely, it seems, and he owns his home outright. So the woman is there thinking to herself, hey, maybe I can get a slice of this. He says, I was always upfront about how I viewed marriage. I told her early on that if we got engaged, I would want a prenup. It was never a secret. She always kind of brushed it off like, yeah, sure, whatever. So I assumed she was fine with it. Turns out that she wasn't. After a few months before the wedding, I brought it up again. Seriously this time. I told her I had already spoken to a lawyer and we could sit down together and draft something fair. I wasn't asking for anything crazy. I just wanted to protect what I had going on. Everything we built together after the marriage would still be shared. So this dude is still allowing himself to be scammed by her, by the way, right? So what he's saying is, hey, listen, the things that we built, quote unquote, together, which we all know what that means, okay? The dude will still do the heavy lifting after the marriage. Like, if anyone thinks this is going to change, that's not the case, okay? Dudes who do the heavy lifting financially before the marriage almost certainly do it after the marriage. If not, they take on even more of a financial burden, okay? So this dude was even offering her the ability to walk away with crap that he accrued after the marriage. This is a very good deal, very, very good deal, and to be honest, one that modern women do not deserve. I don't think anyone deserves a deal like this, right? I don't think it's very fair towards himself, but he offers it nonetheless, okay? But this woman is too much of a muppet to even understand this. She doesn't even understand that this dude is handing her resources on a silver platter if she decides to leave anyway. She's too dense to even understand that. She froze, then she laughed, and then she absolutely lost it. Okay, fantastic. She accused me of not trusting her, said that I was planning to leave her eventually, and even went as far as calling the prenup emotional abuse. I sat there completely stunned. I tried to explain calmly that it was not personal. It was just protection, like life insurance, just like any business deal, but she wasn't having it. Guys, if you encounter a conversation like this, again, I said this in the intro, but please understand this is not good news. Okay, this is a clear display of why the wife or fiance or whatever is there in the first place. She called off the wedding herself. This is interesting. I didn't even get the chance to walk away. She stormed out and told me that I could marry my money if I loved it so much. Within a week, she'd moved out and started telling mutual friends I ambushed her with legal documents and treated her like a gold digger. This is something that, you know, it's funny reading this because this woman is acting like a complete gold digger. So, like, whereas, you know, let's assume that he did this. Would he be wrong to do so? Absolutely not, in my opinion, right? And that's just, like, I don't even know, man. This woman is so silly. So silly. I have to use the word silly, right? Rather than the adjectives I would prefer to use. But that's fine. Most of my friends, especially the guys, understood my side. A few of her friends unfollowed me on social media, who gives a damn, and gave me dirty looks at events, who cares? But I don't care. I knew I had done nothing wrong. Yeah, so because you're not willing to risk all of your resources, people will view you as a bad person. I mean, this is pretty standard stuff, right? If you're a dude, you don't want to risk everything, you don't want to risk your livelihood, everything you worked your life for, people will view you as a bad person, guys. They'll say that you don't like women and throw all of the shaming language at you. He says, it absolutely sucked. I won't pretend that it didn't. I was heartbroken, but I also knew deep down that this had revealed something about her, that I needed to see before the wedding. Absolutely. This guy dodged a bullet. He really did. Right? And the woman was too dense to even wait. She was like, that's the funny thing. She could have done all the damage, but she was too dense to even wait. Fast forward 6 months, she reached out. About a month ago, I got a message from her out of the blue, and it was awkward. She apologized for how she reacted, said that she was overwhelmed and pressured. What does that even mean, man? Claimed she panicked because she thought I was already planning for a divorce before the marriage began. And then she said she missed me and that we could maybe start fresh and take things slow. Oh my goodness. He says, I didn't even know what to say at first. I didn't respond right away. I needed time to think. But after a few days, I messaged her back and told her the truth. You didn't walk away because of the prenup. You walked away because the idea of not being able to take what I built made you angry. And that tells me everything I need to know. She didn't take that well. I mean, he's absolutely right. Again, I don't think that these women are even worth the responses, man. Like, they're not even worth the thought of even thinking about. Okay, like, imagine you're this dude in this situation, okay? Or you've got like a horrible ex-girlfriend or ex-wife or whatever. Half the reason for blocking these people, in fact, if not all of the reason for blocking these people, guys, is just peace of mind, right? You don't want to have to think about these disgusting individuals. Like, why would you ever want to think about or interact with these people ever again in your life, guys? It just raises your stress for no reason. You know what I mean? You could be the most chill guy ever, and I guarantee you this is at least somewhat unpleasant to deal with. So, like, why would you even bother continuing to speak to these people? I personally would just find it too exhausting, man. Too tiring. Sorry, don't have the willpower to talk to idiots. That's as simple as that. Let's continue. So she didn't take it well. Cue the emotional messages, apologies, turning to anger. Then she got desperate. She said I was being cold and that I was punishing her. She even said that she'd signed the prenup now, no questions asked, but it was too late. Yeah, she probably realized that she was being stupid and she still could have taken him for money. Now that she's realized that, she'll happily take the prenup offer that he gave her back, but he's not offering it anymore. He says, I realized what I had avoided. This entire experience taught me that how someone reacts to the idea of a prenup reveals a lot about their character. If they truly love you for you and not for your assets, they won't freak out over legal boundaries. I wasn't trying to test her, but she failed the test anyway. That's funny. Yeah, this guy wasn't even trying to test her. Hell, he gave her a very generous offer where she could still scam him. And yeah, she completely loses it over it because she's a clown and she has no idea. Absolutely hilarious stuff. Guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Again, don't forget to check out the second channel I have set up. I will leave it linked in the pinned comment just as a reminder. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.